We found this mop, and it was like right next to one of those roly-poly ring dings. What's it called?
Shopping cart?
Shopping cart. You put the shopping cart in
the
the thingy.
roly-poly wingdings. Well, I'm Matt.
And I'm Carter.
And I'm Barack Obama. And welcome to, it's kind of a gray area.
Yep.
Welcome, Barack.
Good to have our former president, Obama, here. Do you say former or just president? What's the right?
Ex-president.
Ex-president. This is McKinley. Do you want me to say your last name?
No.
Okay. This is McKinley Cardwell. He is one of my oldest, probably the oldest friend that I have.
Do I put the mug down?
Yeah, you could put the mug down. You don't have to hold it forever.
Yeah, great.
McKinley and I have known each other since we were probably about 5 or 6 or so.
Itty bitties.
So we brought him on to talk about some childhood hijinks that we got in together and let the universe weigh in on some of those things. Maybe if this goes well enough, we'll just bring McKinley on full time.
Yeah. Wait, what?
So today what we will be talking about is the famous mop incident, as I'm sure we all know about, right? This was something that we perpetrated as children. I feel like that phrasing makes it sound like a crime.
We were terrible.
Right.
But no, let's see what you guys did.
I guess that's the shade. Were we terrible? Were we horrible children for having done this at however old we were? But yeah, okay, so to set that up, grew up in a very small town, not a lot of places to go. Everyone knows each other, that kind of, just small town America. That's what you're picturing here. And we go out to get Chinese food or pizza.
We were hungry.
One
That's
of those
the point.
two. Yes.
So anyways, we found this mop, and it was right next to one of those roly-poly ring dings. What's it called?
Shopping cart?
Shopping cart. You put the shopping cart
The
in the thingy.
roly-poly wingdings.
Anyways, we found up
We
against
can't
that
just
thing.
pass back.
No.
The what was it? Roly-poly?
Wingdings.
Wingdings.
I have a horrible time with phraseology.
I think that's a perfect phrase.
Yeah, that's perfect for this show.
I'm never
No.
calling them shopping carts again.
No roly-poly wingdingies.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we found this mop right next to it, right? And then after his dad's vehicle was literally outside of the Kroger in our hometown.
Yes.
And so Carter, or I think it was Carter, who looked at me and he's like, we should put it next to his vehicle. All right?
Yeah.
Mind-blowing thought.
Because we saw this and we knew we wanted to pull a prank, but we didn't know what prank you could pull with a mop.
We're not super creative at this age. I guess maybe you were, but you're like, we should just move this.
Yeah. I mean,
Actually, sometimes less is more.
and especially in this story, less was very much more.
Yeah, I wanted to hear what else happens.
Yeah.
What did end up happening was that we decided to put it on his dad's front driver's door and all stuff. So the man literally walks out of Kroger and all stuff, bags in hand, and he's just looking at his door, just looking left and right and trying to look around. It was so funny just to see this man rotate in just complete suspicion. Mm-hmm. And then after that, he just takes them up, just throws it down on the ground, puts the groceries in the bag, and heads out.
Yep.
So we're like, that was pretty funny. We're cracking up in the car, right? Which my mom is like, she I don't know, I think she helped us out a lot.
Yeah, she was either driving us around or I think she was driving.
She was an
some-
accomplice.
Yeah, in some capacity.
She was a getaway driver.
And the thing you have to understand about a small town is that interesting things don't happen there.
That's true.
I live next to DC now, and there were 5 interactions with homeless people where I almost died yesterday. So living in a city is way more interesting than a town. Because if you're in a city and someone sets a mop against something, you're like, okay, well, whatever. But in this town, that's weird. Weird things don't happen. Everything and everyone is accounted for at all times.
Because the thing is that honestly, his dad could have thought that was just a southern thing, a polite way of saying you need to clean your car.
Right.
Well, I mean, if you don't have a squeegee,
That's the best way to do it.
you work with what you got.
Yeah, honestly.
Life lesson.
So that was the first step of the mop saga. But...
Oh, so there's more.
Oh, yeah. There's
Okay.
more. So then we see him leave, and we go over, and we grab the mop from where he left it laying on the ground. We drive back to my house, which is also his house.
Sounded very mysterious. You followed him.
Right.
We followed him back to his home residence, where I also live.
We already knew.
There's momentum in a story. You gotta, set the scene. So we're following behind him, but trying not to get seen by him because we want to keep a 2-car distance back when you're tailing somebody. Mm-hmm. So we follow him back to his house, and then we wait for him to go inside. And then after he goes inside, we take the mop, and one of us, I think we probably did rock, paper, scissors to see who had to run up. But one of us ran up, set the mop against the door to the house, knocked or rang the doorbell, and then just ran away, hopped back in the car, and then we drove back to his house.
And just giggling the whole way.
Not like that, but yes.
Yeah, I know that's how I picture it in my head.
It was still a boyish, puberty type laugh. Okay, so anyways, we were in the house, just I guess having our leftovers from the restaurant and everything.
Oh yeah, I forgot we went to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we had food.
Yeah, we had food. His dad calls us up and everything like that, and he's just like, "Hey guys," I think that's how your dad sounds. Like, "Hey guys, are you guys okay? Because there was a mop on the door."
Yeah, no, I think when he...
Classic sign that your kids are in trouble.
Right.
The mop. It's like the black spot for pirates.
Right. Yeah, when there's a mop around. Right. Yeah, so he called us and asked about the mop because apparently they were getting ready to call the cops because they thought that there was some sort of, mop-based serial killer hunting them.
They were going to call the cops because a mop is, stalking them?
Yeah, my mom was real freaked out about it, apparently. But yeah,
you think about it. That's kind of, if a random mop ends up at your front door and it was just in the parking lot, that means somebody had to move. Well,
no, it's a magical freaking mop.
I think the fact that someone followed you back to your home would probably be the most terrifying aspect of that.
Probably the older you get, the less you believe in magic. Boy, that was really depressing.
Wow, that really brought the episode to a halt for a minute.
Right.
But
let's take a moment of silence for magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that where the story ends?
Yeah, that's pretty much where the story ends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think it's interesting because all we did, when you think about it, was set a mop against a door.
Yeah.
And that was enough to, genuinely terrify someone to the point where they were going to call the cops. But that's interesting to me, that just that one action of setting a mop against the door can be so powerful.
Once again, less is more.
Yeah, but did we misuse that power?
Did we?
Were we bad people for having done... Were we bad kids for having done this?
I think no one got hurt, and it wasn't anything vindictive or I think it's fine.
My mom was in on it, so
yeah.
We did do this intentionally to give the impression that they were being stalked by someone.
All right, so a little bit of...
But a funny stalker.
Well, for us, but for them, they don't know the humor is in it.
They're like, yeah, I never met the stalker. I don't know his personality traits.
Seemed like a funny guy.
Seemed like a funny guy. I don't know, he was a mop.
Right.
Stalked by a mop. It was a
Clean
dirty
guy.
mop, though, so I was really scared.
Right. Well, what would your reaction be to that?
Hey, does anyone know anything about this mop? Because it's kind of freaking me out a little bit.
All right, but let me ask you this. Knowing me, having a personal relationship with me,
yes.
If you saw that happen, would your immediate thought be to call the cops or that I had done that?
No. You just call, your inner circle of friends and be like, all right, which one of you guys did this?
Right.
None of them know anything about it. Then you start getting a little concerned.
Right.
Because just a total stranger wouldn't do this. It has to be someone that's just I'm out for you.
Right.
But because we're so tight.
Well, yeah, I think for people who go through all these jokes and everything, you have to be able to take the mop and just soak it in.
Exactly.
Well said.
Right. What else is occurring to me is kind of funny. They waited a good hour before they even checked with us.
So that was an hour of them in the house discussing, what are we going to do? Babe, what if they were, after us?
It's gonna be a
are all the
great
doors
conversation.
locked?
Right. It had to be he saw the mop, probably asked my mom, did you put this out here? Do you know? I'm sure that was probably the first question. And then she would have been confused, and then he would have been more confused. I don't know. What did they spend an hour talking about?
I wonder if he didn't believe her for 10 minutes.
I wonder if they are
It's no, you're in on this.
Man, I wonder if maybe somewhere along his life he really screwed over someone in the cleaning industry.
He put down extra wax or something or spilled a thing and just walked away. Next day it's oh, did you hear that about what happened? The janitor slipped and died last night.
Right.
And he never told anyone.
Right.
And 10 years later it's a mop that keeps showing up everywhere he
It's
goes.
the ghost of the janitor.
It's I can't handle this in my life right now.
Right. I like to think that's exactly what happened.
I like to think that too.
So here's how I think we should do this.
All right.
McKinley and I, we committed this prank.
That's
so
true.
you and I should do the rock, paper, scissors, and then that champion will face off against Matt.
And I will represent the universe since I was not part of it. You have more stake in this.
Right.
Yep.
So you and I are going to be representing that this was a funny story and
Okay.
definitely worth doing.
Absolutely.
And you will represent that you shouldn't make people think they're being stalked by the ghost of a janitor that they killed in a former life.
Yes, just move on with your life and try to forget about it.
Exactly.
Okay,
right.
so
You ready for this?
Charlotte.
gentlemen,
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh,
Son of a duck.
I was hoping that the universe would have nothing to say about that. we set a rule that if you do 5 rock paper scissors and
It matches.
they're the match every time. Universe has no opinion.
the universe has chosen me to once again defeat Matt.
You ready to do this?
Yes.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh man,
Shouldn't have done it.
that was fast too. So
I never win.
the universe is very sure of the fact that we took this too far.
Yeah.
So
It's like just let your dad live with the guilt of killing the janitor and stop reminding him.
okay, that is what I will do.
I think that's fair. All right, so, gentlemen, would you rather be granted the answer to any 3 questions that you may have, or be able to resurrect one person from the dead? And not like, I have the power, and you bring someone back. It's just like, it's almost like you just say a name and that they come back. It's not like this big thing.
There's no spectacle. Don't worry.
There's no like,
There's no flashing lights or special
Zombifying
sounds.
or
yeah.
There's no hand shooting out of a grave.
weird looks.
But,
Right.
But yeah, so you can have the answer to any 3 questions, or be able to bring one person back from the dead. What would you choose?
I'm taking 3 questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What 3 questions?
Let me ask you why, when, and where.
I think the only reason why is because, once you're gone, you can't really argue with the universe about that one. And I think that everything has its a sort of moment, Every rose has its thorn, and every purpose and every death and every life has its, great thing. So you just don't want to mess with that balance.
That's understandable.
Not to mention, it might not be their will.
That's true.
Yeah, people talk like this with like the founding fathers of like, what if we brought George Washington back today? Like that seems really mean. Like he's probably just enjoying his time off right now.
Yeah, he's like, man, I really worked hard for this retirement.
Like they established this country and we go around like we should bring them all back and make them fix it.
Not to mention, he would have to relearn a lot of different things. He's got to do it with social media now.
Yeah, he would have to learn how to talk to people.
He doesn't have any slaves anymore.
Yeah,
So he
that
had to
would
do
take
stuff
some getting
himself.
used to.
Yeah. He's got to do his own chores. And then also, if he didn't have Martha, then he really has to do a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a really good point, though, about not wanting to play God as far as bringing someone back to life. I just like the fact that I could ask any 3 questions. Like, I could really get some good information about some stuff that humanity has wondered about for a long time.
Yeah. I think I would choose that too. I would choose 3 questions.
Great, because I want to hear what all of our questions would be.
I know me and know how it would start out. I'd be like, how many questions do I have? They're like, 2 now. I'm like, gosh darn it!
It's like, wait, that one counted? No, don't use that one. Do I still have one?
That's exactly what would happen.
Right. First question, is there an afterlife? Just get that squared away. We've all been wondering about this, killing each other about this for thousands of years. Let's put that to bed.
Yep.
So, is there an afterlife? Oh, the last book Charles Dickens wrote, he never finished it, so no one actually knows who committed the murders in that book because there's no official ending to that story. So, just because I can't think of a better, more important question, I would ask how that was supposed to end. Third question would probably be something about, like, what stock should I invest in to get rich in the next 5 years or something like that.
Yeah. That would probably be one of mine. Just so you can get money out of the way. I hate money.
Yeah.
If I just had a ton of it, I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
My other 2, I'm not sure. Like, I feel like it's like wishes. Like, oh, what'd you wish for? It's like, I don't want to waste them.
Cancer. Should have asked for the cure for cancer. Dang it.
Oh my gosh!
You know what? Actually, that's good. I haven't used mine up yet. I'd like to know the cure for cancer.
Well, I guess that's pretty much our answers, right?
Yeah.
So we found out that the universe thinks that we were horrible children, or at least that prank was a bad idea.
Yeah, a bit too much.
Yeah, all 3 of us would like to ask questions instead of having to bring someone back, or getting to bring someone back.
Which surprised me. I thought between 3 of us, one of us would resurrect someone, but
We all just decided
not.
not to play God.
all right, you guys ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe.
Be careful where you leave your mops.
Oh yeah, and we can get a hold of them. Ring the notification bell,
And remember to appreciate your token black friends.
and always brush before you floss, and floss before you brush. And as always,
IKAGA.
IKAGA.
Yup.
Oh gosh.